Hoonelly, welcome all. Guys, it has been a hot minute since I've been in the hot seat here for pokeNERDS Inc. But ladies and gentlemen, we are here, we are back. It is time for Season 6, guys. Woo! Season 6 of pokeNERDS Inc. is officially here, everybody, and I am so excited to bring you guys yet another amazing podcast, and also with another amazing guest. But as usual, as I like to say, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all the fellow pokeNERDS of the world, welcome to the Season 6 premiere of the pokeNERDS Inc. podcast! It's time, guys. It's time. So, as I've stated previously, or as I've announced previously, I have officially changed the format of pokeNERDS Inc., where you guys are gonna get one season a year full of 10 amazing jam-packed creators instead of the traditional 2, because one, we felt like, me and Tom felt like trying to cram 2 seasons into 1 year was getting a little bit of a, was stretching us a little bit thin, and it kind of felt like we were in a little bit of a burnout, and we do not want to burn out here at pokeNERDS Inc. So we have selected 10 of the most amazing, nerdy, absolutely epic creators that me and Tom been able to find over the last few years into this season, and we're starting off this season with a banger, because this is ironically a history setter, because for the first time in pokeNERDS Inc. history, we have a lady in the hot seat for the season premiere. Don't ask me how it just wound up that way, it just wound up that way. But if you do not know who the guest is, based on this image, you should know who she is. She is a PNG tuber who is as chaotic as she is bubbly, and no matter what it is, between Pokopia or shiny hunting, she is always the light of the room. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome to pokeNERDS Inc. Miss LoNeko.
What is up, my wacky waveable arm flailing tube people?
Awesome. Also, chat, be sure to let us know if audio is good on both ends for both me and her, so that way one's not louder than the other, or if one's lower than the other. So let us know if audio is good. But Neko, thank you so much for coming on to the stream today. Thank you for being interested in taking part of pokeNERDS Inc. and for being the Season 6 premiere guest. Let's all give another big round of applause to Miss LoNeko. Come on, guys. She deserves it.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, too. It's honestly been a delight and a pleasure to be here.
And it's been a delight and pleasure to not only have come to know you, but also just to hang out in your chat and being a part of your stream, and also being a part of my streams. So thank you so much for being yourself. So after all, at the end of the day, we're all nerds.
Fellow nerds, and likewise to you. It's been honestly such a nice break from a lot of things to come into your stream. And to see you busting open eggs at such low numbers, too.
Hey, I'm not called the Masuda King of Sword and Shield for nothing. But hey, alright. Also, guys, this is also the first time in a hot minute where, as you guys can see, there's a new little addition to Neko, a bow tie. For those of you that don't know, it is tradition here at pokeNERDS Inc. history to wear bow ties to honor a very dear friend of ours who passed away a few years back, the True Turbo, who was actually a guest on the podcast. So Turbo, I hope you see this from heaven, brother, and we love you, we miss you. Godspeed. But anyway, with the formalities out of the way, let's actually get into the actual interview. So, first things first, Neko. First things first is always the self-introduction, to introduce yourself and explain the types of content you produce, and just a retrospective of your Twitch journey. Like, what got you into Twitch streaming, when you started, and where you are now. So, Neko, you got the floor. So, let us know. Who are you?
Well, my journey on Twitch started about surprisingly 6 years ago. I really started as like a variety content streamer. I did Overwatch, I did League of Legends, I did a couple of cozy games like Final Fantasy, Harvest Moon, like some solo play RPG games. And I really didn't have as much knowledge as I have now. So I streamed like on and off for about like 3-4 years, and then I just stopped. I took a break. I rebranded a couple of times, did a couple like logo changes, and nothing really stuck. So I gave it a really big break. And through COVID and um the last, I want to say 3 years, I really started getting into Pokemon a lot more than I had already had been. And looking at how much of it was exploding everywhere, I said, you know what? Maybe now's the time. I had friends in the corner that were like, hey, you should start streaming again. You should do Pokemon streams. I'd be excited to see what you have, what you want to do. And so at first, my first couple of streams were shiny hunting solo screen in in XD Gala Darkness, which was really painful. And so I decided against it because I didn't realize it was still 8192 odds. It was horrible. And then I really started getting into like metronome battles on Scarlet and Violet. I held metronome battles every Monday. And then when those started to get kind of on the low side, I started replacing it with other forms of shiny hunting, like DAs. I do DAs once a week with a couple of other streamers as well. And then really the big one that really started it was my Nuzlocks with my best friend and fellow content creator Dizzy. We started on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee together, and it was no short of any laughs and giggles that I have every single day on my stream. Oh man. And that's really kind of what brought me into really leaning into shiny hunting and just overall more variety Pokemon content. Because the fun that I have with other streamers and not just myself is unrivaled.
Hey, I fully feel you there, but hey, we gotta hydrate.
Oh, it's gonna be coffee.
As long as it's fluid. But hey, I totally fully agree with you on playing with others because I've done numerous Nuzlocke races, and I've done a Soul Link before, and I've shiny hunted with people on screen, I've shiny with people off screen. It's just the fact that Pokemon brings us together to such a degree that we find the most enjoyment out of being together as not only just individual people but also groups. It just shows you that Pokemon is made for children of all ages, including adults, and it is it's magical, the fact that it brings weird people together.
Or you could say nerds.
Nerds.
Brings us nerds together. Absolutely. No, I agree. It's been a surreal journey. Like I really started this time last year when my full return back to Twitch. So I've only been doing like Pokemon in general for about a year. But in this year, I've met so many people. Um, and the community has been so supportive. Like I had a 7-year-old gaming laptop, Acer, nothing spectacular. And my community really pulled through and they were like, no, you really need like a desktop, like for streaming and to do videos and to do everything that you want to do. And it's just been incredible. Like the support, the friendships I've made, the people I've met. It's really like, it's everything I've wanted and more.
Hey, I totally feel you there. Like I can totally say that when I first started streaming, I built my own I built my own PC, and I had a crappy one monitor setup, and it's thanks to the community pretty much that I have the setup I do now, between like two cameras, LED lights, two monitors, awesome mic. It's just it's just that it's just show it again. It just shows you that no matter what you do, whether it's content creation, short videos, or just whatever you want to do on Twitch, people are going to be there to support you, and they always support you, whether it's through for streaming needs or personal needs. Like I can tell you how many I can't count how many times I've been in a bind financially, and I've been basically been saved by my community. So community of me and community of Neko, just thank you all for being amazing, for doing the things you do and helping us stay afloat.
Yeah, no, that's so valid. I can't. My list is a mile long. There's so many people. And if I could take the time to think, we would get all the way to the end of the 2 hour time we have today, and then some. So like, and obviously you're on that list now too. Like you've been on that list for the last couple of months. I've been watching. Oh, the baby! There he is, the demon.
Now we got now we got two Nekos on stream.
Two Nekos. So nice. I came on twice.
uh,
Oh, he's a snuggle bug. Oh yes.
oh, he's not a
yes.
oh, he's not a snuggle bug. He hates the snuggle.
Oh, he doesn't like. Oh, he'll get past that baby phase where he'll just be like nothing but cuddles.
Yeah, I hope he gets to a cuddling phase. He's on. I've had him for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, he's still baby.
He's still baby.
Just wants to play.
Yep. But
Play and bite some kneecaps.
we don't need no more biting right today. I've already been bitten enough. Okay, so for those of you from Neko's side of the river who don't know who I am, let me formally introduce myself. My name is Spence, aka Darkmaster Spence. I am a variety Pokemon streamer because I stream all types of Pokemon content, between shiny hunting, Nuzlocke, Soul Links, Nuzlocke races, community shiny hunting events, world record setting attempts. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's Pokemon, I'll wind up playing it. Even if it's fan games or banned fan games, I will wind up playing them someday. I don't know why it is, but it is. That's just me. But for me, my content creation journey started actually before I actually started being a content creator. It was 2000, basically during my whole entire last few years of high school and first few years of college. I watched a lot of Pokemon YouTubers do all types of Pokemon things, whether it was shiny hunting or Nuzlocks or randomizers. I always wanted to do these things, but I never had the capacity to. I actually started shiny hunting in 2016 because that's when Sun and Moon released. That's when I formally started being a shiny hunter, but I wasn't a content creator. So about 3 years down the road, it was 2019, and I wanted to say, hey, maybe one day I want to become a Twitch streamer, or maybe I want to be a content creator. What do I do? I don't know what to do. So I actually emailed my favorite Pokemon YouTuber, MJTV, and to see if he would be willing to give me some advice on how to start, doing this. To my shock, he responded.
No way.
Yes way. I thought I'd get some automated response from a computer, but he actually emailed me back, and I'm like, oh my god, I actually got an email response from MJTV. Wow.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So then I didn't actually start Twitch streaming until 2020. That's when, during the COVID era. And I pretty much dumped my entire stimulus into my startup PC that I mentioned earlier. And it was back then it was best I could possibly do with the budget that I had. And oh god, it was terrible. I still had no idea what I was doing. For 6 months, I still was going through the motions, and I had no idea what I was doing. So it wasn't until my friend, streaming brother, and fellow past podcast attender, or Power Punch Plays, rated me for the first time. It's when I finally kind of got my eyes open to the world of Twitch and what it's really all about. So my official journey in content creation was starting in 2020, but I think my real start was in 2021 because that's when I snowballed. And in terms of gaining a followage, I gained affiliation, and I started doing Nuzlocks and randomizers during that year. So that was that was so much fun, ludicrously fun. And I'd start doing community shiny hunting events and doing all these awesome things with all these awesome people and meeting I have met hundreds of content creators over the years that I can't list them all. I just can't. But yeah, I mean that's pretty much where it led to, or where everything led to here. And I've rebranded a few times. I'll talk about that in a minute, but I've rebranded officially 3 times since I started streaming, and this is where I'm staying permanently because I have no interest in branding again. No, 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 no. But yeah, that's pretty much where how I got to here.
Yeah, and I think you're in a safe spot. For those of you who don't know, I've been watching Spence, like his content on YouTube as well, going through all of his different interviews he's had. Before I was even invited here, actually, just to see what the pokeNERDS Inc. was about. And I think you're in a safe spot, like with the name, the brand. Hearing you talk about it before, I agree. Like, I don't think it's necessary for you to rebrand. I think you're gonna build up a big name for yourself.
Yeah, let's hope because with this current branding, feel like I have my own individual identity. So hopefully that might help me out in the long run when it comes to, I wouldn't say getting noticed by the Pokemon Company, but get an idea of potentially, heck if the Pokemon Company liked one of my TikToks one day, I will be sky high through the roof happy.
Oh yeah, Cloud9. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even though my most famous TikTok is just a meme, but if you know, you know.
Hey,
If you know, you
hey,
know.
it's okay. Yeah, I mean, all those views account for something, right?
Yeah, good publicity is still publicity, so always take it. Yeah, but all right. So let's actually answer the age-old question. So everyone has 2 different pronunciations for your name. I say it the way I believe in Japanese it's supposed to be said, but how do you feel about it? And also, where did it come from?
Okay, so I don't mind sharing because everyone on my channel knows, everyone who I talk to on a daily basis who watches knows that my real name is Lauren. And so growing up, my family would call me Lo for short as a familial nickname. Um and when I first made my Twitch account, man, I might be aging myself here, but
Look, if it makes you feel any better, you're the second Lauren I've met, so
um yeah, I went to school with like 5 of them. So it was a very common 90s name to name a child,
uh-huh.
especially a girl child. So anyway, um when I got to about high school, I joined an anime club. And in that anime club, you could pick, when you filled out like a little like about me paper, it had like a nickname section, and I didn't want to be called Low anymore. I wanted to have like my own nickname. And at the time, at the time, YouTube wasn't owned by Google yet, so you had your own like page and everything. So at the time, I was just Neko on YouTube, and I had, a whole cat girl HTML formatted page. The comment section was HTML formatted, the works.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so everyone in Anime Club called me Neko. When I made my Twitch account, I just slapped the 2 nicknames together. Family nickname, friend nickname, put it together. LoNeko was born. The problem with how I made it the first time, though, so I feel you on the rebranding, was that it was all lowercase. So no one could tell the difference between LoNeko, LonCo, What was the other one I got?
Lone care.
Lawn care service. Uh, so when I rebranded this last time, I decided to finally capitalize the L and capitalize the N, so that way there was a big difference between LoNeko and LoNeko or LoNeko.
Uh-huh.
But when I did that, every time I joined a chat, it would be LoNeko. The way people pronounce it is just, and I understand it, it's because of the Americanized vowel sounds. That when you see a vowel followed by a consonant followed by another vowel, you're supposed to elongate the first vowel sound, and that's why people say Nico, not
Yeah.
Nico. But
Yeah.
the correct pronunciation, if we're thinking about the way my name has come about, is LoNeko. But I just don't care. Whatever anyone wants to pronounce it, it's perfectly okay with me.
You heard it there first, folks. You heard it there first. It's either LoNeko, it's officially LoNeko, but LoNeko is accepted.
It's acceptable. It's an acceptable second pronunciation. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, because I am an anime nerd, or at least I'm an anime overwatcher, I know that Neko is the Japanese pronunciation for the word cat. Hence why, you change. That's why you're a cat avatar.
You get it? See, he
Yes.
gets it. He gets it.
see, I get it. I can read 2 and 2. But yeah, that's why I call you Neko instead of Nico, because I know what vibe you were trying to give off, and I read between the lines. But no one's going to bash anybody for calling you Nico, because at this point in the game, at least you're not getting your name mispronounced a million times over, even if you stylized it to a new point. Oh God, I got war stories to tell you.
Mr. Spooky Network.
Oh God, you have been watching the shows. That's how you know.
Yes, that's how I know. I've watched so many, I can't even tell you, to the point that the story's almost engraved in my head.
Oh Lord.
It's my favorite story that you tell every time.
Yes, and I guess you'll hear it again from the source. So for Neko's community, like I told you before, this is my 3rd official rebrand, because this is my 3rd username, Darkmaster Spence. Neko said Nico makes me think it's too much of a character of a game. Yeah, see, Ryu gets it too. But anyway, so the reason why I'm currently Darkmaster Spence is because my previous 2 nicknames, or my previous 2 channel names, I felt more of trying to build myself as like this big brand over focusing on my own individual identity. So here's how you know about me. Dark types, my bread and butter. I'll talk more about it later. Master is simply this. What's the goal of every Pokemon trainer's biggest goal in the world? To be the very best, like no one ever was, aka a master. So that's why Dark Master is in there. And of course, Darkmaster Spence. That's my name. That is my real name. Well, technically Spencer, but people just drop the R, because people been calling me Spence for like almost 6 years now, so that's why I just went with Darkmaster Spence. But my original channel names, the first one was Poké Network. But the problem with that is that even though I stylized it correctly, the problem was Twitch does not allow you to use hyphens, and I don't like using underscores. So the S and the P were right next to each other in my channel name. So people mispronounced my name so much, from Spoke Network to Spoken, S-Pokey, S-Poke, just, it was so... Oh, even Pokemon people mispronounce my name wrong. I'm like, oh my God, get it, please. But they didn't.
Every time you raid, you're like, please just say it right. Please just say it right. Please, I'm begging you.
I was getting to the point where I was thinking, hey, if they announce my name wrong, if they announce my name right, I'll subscribe to them. But it turns out nobody did, so I'm like, I'm done. So I was so done. So I dropped the S and then called myself the Poké Network for basically between 2023 to 2020 to the October 2025, and it's been a miraculous change ever since. Or actually, it was a miraculous change when I did it because no one mispronounced my name anymore, and even people because people have gotten to know me for so long, when they see my name, they're like, "Oh, hey, Spence." Like, they don't even call me the Poké Network; they just call me Spence because that's just what people know me by. So I'm like, "Hey, Spence, hey, Spence, hey, Spence." So that's another reason why I branded to simply Dark Master Spence, is because people know me as Spence. So why not just let people call me whatever they want to call me? I wanted to try and trick some people. Like, I want to try and trick some people with coming into their chat, but the problem was they'd look at my name. They would like look over my name and be like, "Oh wait, Spence, that's Spence, the Poké Network Spence." Like, I was about this close to getting Shine Patrol with it, but he saw it right away because I was subscribed to his channel, so he got it right out of the gate. But it was funny. It was funny to make that transition. So, but anyway, that's how I'm me.
And thus, Dark Master Spence was born.
Ah, yes, the glorious Dark Master Spence. But yeah, it fits me to a T because, like I said, I love dark types. One of my main gimmick is a Dark King character, and the main series that I had on my channel for a while was the Dark Conquest. I'm done with it currently until Winds and Waves is released, which we will talk about later. But yeah, you get it.
I get it. I get you. Honestly, no, it's the first time I've seen a conquest of like a singular typing be done. So you might actually be what's the word I'm looking for? You're
The originator.
you're inspiring others to try something new when it comes to their runs of Pokemon. So like I've done something similar where I've only done fire type Pokemon.
Huh. Well,
Like I bought Scarlet and I just did strictly fire types. So I think definitely like you might inspire people to do dark type only runs on their runs.
Well, I've had people who done different typings. One of my old friends, Cybernetic Axis. He decided to do steel types, and then a friend that I shall not name for my own sake. He decided to do it with electric types. He tried to do it with electric types, but I don't think he's picked up the series since then. But it was initially supposed to be a one-off, that series. It was initially supposed to be a one-off because I was okay with calling myself the Dark King of Galar, but I was like, why not do it again? So I decided to do it in Ultra Moon, and that's when I created the Dark King Zeo character, and it just snowballed from there.
Inspiration to us all.
I try to be, but I don't know if I did. I don't know if I did my I don't know if I did my series. I don't know if I did my series before or around the same time as when MJ TV started his Team Sky deal. So I'd have to figure it out. Which carbon dates? Like, am I carbon dated before or after or during, just around the same time? So I have to figure that out. But nonetheless, let's actually get down into the nitty-gritty details on what makes you the Poké nerd that you are. So I already know the answer to this question, but what is your favorite Pokemon and why?
It's no secret. It's Arcanine. I have a plethora of Growlithe emotes. It's been my favorite since day one. And even when they came out with the Hisuian form, it's still maintained. The different form did not take away. It just only added my love for that Pokemon. And even since I seen it like on TV, like second episode where it flashes to the wall behind Oak and you see the 3 legendary birds and then you see Arcanine in the bottom right hand corner, like I was like, "What's that Pokemon? That Pokemon looks cool. I gotta find out what it was." And then I pulled the card out of a Pokemon pack, and I kind of like put two and two together, and I went, "This is the coolest Pokemon ever! I love him forever!"
Yeah, that is. Have you gone to the point where you've gotten your favorite Pokemon tattooed on your body?
Not yet, but it's coming. It's coming.
It's coming.
I don't know where my pain tolerance is just yet with tattoos. So I plan on getting like a tiny little like star or something just to see how good my pain tolerance is. And then when I can figure out if I can handle long periods or short periods of getting a tattoo, I actually have the picture on my phone. I should have sent that to you today. Um, it's like a little cute chibi Arcanine with like a bunch of cherry blossoms around it. I plan on getting it like somewhere on my arm or my leg.
Yeah. As a guy who has gotten numerous tattoos myself, do for first time tattooers, do not go the rib cage. Um, like your forearms here, your forearms and your underarms. There are primo spots to get tattoos because your pain tolerance there is pretty I'd say pretty still a lot better. Like hold on, I'll go ahead and just show off
Oh
my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
Pokemon because that's what I got.
It's so sick.
Yeah. So basically the more tender areas of the tattoo are like more towards the underarm. So these skulls tickled a little bit more, but in all honesty, the closer I got to the biceps with the claws, that was a little bit tender. But mostly from here, from upward from here, that's where it wasn't as painful. I just got also because I have a high pain tolerance, but yeah, always figure out your pain tolerance before you get tattoos. But yeah, my favorite Pokemon's Obstagoon.
Boy.
Yeah, but that's not my only tattoo. I got tattoos all over my body. Just also, no thigh tattoos. Do not get a tattoo on your thigh unless you want agonizing pain.
Oh, you have so much nerve endings there. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
That
got
one I knew.
yeah, I got a giant black Punisher skull on my thigh, and I'll tell you one thing: I nearly passed out from the pain. I got a high pain tolerance,
Ooh.
and that hurt like a bitch.
Ooh.
But anyway, the second I saw Obstagoon, I was like, favorite. Well, in my top 10 at least. Like, it jumped into my top 10 based on aesthetics alone because it just looked so badass to me. And plus, I'm a huge rock and roll fan. I'm not, I won't say I'm a giant Kiss fan, but the fact that it's based off of an actual rock and roll singer, so, awesome. But yeah, what else brought me to it? Oh yeah, simply also because of the dark type, brownie points. And when I finally got to use it in Sword and Shield, it's an absolute unit. When used right, it is an absolute unit. Woo! First I used a reckless set, but then I found out the gut set, and I'm like, oh god, gut set, I'm wreaking havoc.
You're gonna learn today why they call me the Dark King.
Yeah, and then down the line when I finally got on Twitch, it's like I need a Pokemon mascot, and at the time my favorite Pokemon was Darkrai, so I was tossed between using Darkrai and Obstagoon, and then I remembered something. Patters uses like Darkrai as like a co-mascot along with like Rowlet and his Subnoodle thing, and I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm copying anybody, so I looked around and no one was using Obstagoon, so I jumped the gun. I became the Obstagoon guy, and now like I can guarantee you that like a good like I don't know a good handful of the creators I've met today, if they say, who do you think of? What do you think of Obscure? I'm like, Spence. Because that's what I wanted. That's why I wanted people to know me as. Like, if you see an Obstagoon, you think of me. Like one time, one of my friends was shiny hunting in DAs, and she found a shiny Obstagoon. She messaged me with it saying, "I was thinking of you." So, what is that? What do you mean by like? Come on, that's exactly what I wanted.
Wholesome
Jeez.
story in and of itself.
Yep. All right, what about your favorite shiny Pokemon?
So this is where I start to lose people, right? Because you would think that it would be shiny Arcanine, right?
Uh-huh.
Ironically, it's not my favorite shiny. My favorite shiny is Psyduck.
Yep, I knew that too.
I have a I live with my partner. And when I first moved in with him, we went grocery shopping at Walmart for a variety of things. And we so happened to pass by like a giant palette of like Squishmallow dolls, and right in the middle of it was a giant blue duck that I grabbed instantly, and he went, "What are you gonna name it?" And I went, "I don't know." And then he went, "Okay, how about Jeffrey?" I said, from the meme, because there's a meme of a guy who has a duck named Jeffrey. Anyway, yada yada, not Pokemon related.
Uh-huh.
We named it Jeffrey. And ever since then, I've always loved Psyduck because I realized that he was a blue duck shiny. And every time I catch him, his name is Jeffrey. Even if it's a girl, it's Jeffrey. It doesn't matter. You are Jeffrey.
I had a friend named Red's Revival. He became one of the things he became famous for was shiny Psyduck. Like he found one in Legends Arceus, and he did this thing he dubbed the Blue Ducky Dance, where he walked around with his character and he was ducking at the same time. He was just saying blue ducky, blue ducky, blue ducky, blue ducky. It was so funny. I started doing it, and it just became a trend for a little while. And then in BDSP, he was I think he was just doing random encounters, and he found a random shiny Psyduck. So it came back to him. Uh, but
It
yeah,
was
that's
meant
not.
to be.
Oh, go ahead.
It was meant to be. That's all I said.
I know. Like I remember, like I did a randomizer in Alpha Sapphire, and I found a shiny Mincino, and then a little while later, I was shiny hunting for a Galarian Linoon in Sword and Shield. I ran to a random Mincino. It's shiny, so it was meant to be.
Cute. It was meant to be.
Yep. But shinies that are definitely meant to be in my world is definitely shiny Greninja. That's my favorite.
Oh, yeah. The black shine.
Yep. Like I am a huge fan of black shinies. Like honestly, if I didn't have such an affiliation with Greninja, my favorite shiny would be Rayquaza because it's I'm a Gen 3 baby and I love that black dragon. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Greninja wound up being one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Actually, my second favorite Pokemon of all time, and it's one of my favorite shinies of all time. Black, red, and gray. That just really fits me to a T. And I try to use a shiny one whenever I can. Heck, I did the reset hunt in Legends ZA for the Froakie on the pillar before the DLC dropped, and I was able to find it before the DLC dropped. So kudos to me.
Oh, that's sick.
Yep, I got me my giant goth flog. Yep. I mean, after all, I like me Greninja.
Yes. It's such a huge flex, too. I know a couple of content creators that did the harder hunts, knowing very well that they could have just gotten the DLC and gotten it easier. They didn't care. They said, "No, I want the harder hunt for it. I want to be able to look at someone dead in the eyes and said, 'Yeah, I didn't reset a donut and then walk into a portal and get it. I got it because I worked for it.'"
That's exactly how I feel.
See, I get you. I get you.
See, she gets me. She gets me. Okay, what about your favorite type of Pokemon?
This is another where I lose people. I want you to guess.
Guess? I don't know. Most cat Pokemon are normal type, so I'm gonna guess normal type.
Uh-uh. I'll give you two more.
Uh, Fairy types?
Nope. One more.
Fire types?
Nope.
Okay, okay, what is it?
It's a tie between fire and ice type Pokemon.
So I was half right.
You were half. You were almost there. You were almost there. But unfortunately, water and ice types, they've just always, since I was a kid, they've had this beauty about them that's like undescribed and like I really can't come up with on the spot. No, I can. I lied. I'm sorry. There are a couple of bad water type Pokemon that they're like, we'll get into that when we get into that.
Wait, you said fire and ice, not water and ice.
No, no, water and ice. I'm sorry. Did I misspeak? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I did
Okay,
not.
so yeah. Okay, so it's water, water
Water
and
and
ice.
ice.
Okay, so
I'm so-
so keep going, keep going.
My second favorite Pokemon in general is Dugong, which is a water ice type, which is why like I can't pick between the two. Like both have really cool looking ones. They have really pretty looking ones. If I had to pick one over the other, it would definitely be water over ice. But yeah, I love water and ice type Pokemon. They're so cute.
A good chunk of Pokemon are water and ice type dual types. So we got, let's see, we got Cloyster, we got Lapras. Let's see, who else is water and ice?
We have Celio.
Oh yeah, see the Walrein line. Yep, we got that shiny. Geez, what else? I can't. I know these Pokemon, but it's hard to think about off the top of my head.
Yeah, there's just so many. There's over 1,000 Pokemon. Now, even I tell people I can't remember every Pokemon off the top of my head, but if you put their pictures in front of me, I'd be able to name them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, what was I about to say? But yeah, I believe the Pokemon that has the most common type is water. So there's definitely a lot of water types you can choose from.
Oh yeah, there's no shortage.
Yeah, I did a Nuzlocke race with that previous friend I had, and we did it basically a type lock where we were only limited to 2 types. He chose grass and ground. I chose dark and water.
Nice.
So yeah, I got some affiliation with water type Pokemon. Hell, one Pokemon that's nearly edging into my top 10 is Lantern because of an electric only Nuzlocke I did with it, and oh god, it's so close to being in the top 10, but oh so far. And plus, let's see, I got, 2 of my most favorite Pokemon of all time are also water types, and ironically they're both starters, so I guess I'm just that guy. But yeah.
Water types need more love. We always got the grass types and the fire types hyping, and now it's water's turn. It's good. Winds and waves will be their era, I believe it.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But like as I stated earlier, my favorite type is the dark type because I typically don't lie about this. I've gone through way too much shit in my lifetime. I've had way too much dark shit happen to me in my lifetime, so it kind of makes me feel at home with dark type Pokemon because dark types are always given a bad rep. They're always given the bitter end of the stick, mainly because they're known as the evil type in Japan. Dark types are not evil. They're not evil. I don't care if they're called evil type. They're not evil. Leave my boys alone. But
dark types need love too.
Yes, they need love. They deserved a gym back in the day, but they didn't give it to us until 6 generations later. Why? Why?
And then they didn't even get a full-fledged gym.
It technically was a full-fledged gym, but God.
Or sorry, they didn't get the Dynamax Stadium, which is kind of lame.
Yeah, and then you get the Dynamax Stadium. That's another reason why I rebranded via Spike Month, because it was the first dark type Pokemon gym, so that's why I'm more themed off of Spike Month. But yeah, a lot of my favorite Pokemon, hell, my top 5 favorite Pokemon of all time are all dark types. I got Hydreigon in there, Umbreon, Greninja, Darkrai, and Obstagoon. They're all dark types. And heck, some of my favorite characters from the anime or the show are the anime or the cards or the video games, they're dark type trainers. Marnie's my favorite Pokegirl. She'll always be my favorite Pokegirl. Out of all the Elite Four members, I'd probably say more Like I love Grimsley because not only because he's a dark type trainer, but also his fashion sense. I kind of like his not his kimono style, but also the suit he wears in Black 2 and White 2 and Black and White. It just fits him to a T, and various other things. So yay, dark types. If you don't, if also my clothes don't give it away.
It's definitely the name too. Dark Master Spence, people. Dark Master Spence.
Yes, if that doesn't give it away, I don't know what does. Okay, so what is your favorite Pokemon game and why? And this can include the main series or the spin-off games. So if you have one of both, list them both.
Ooh. Okay. I feel like as a fellow nerd, you have to name both, right? So
Eh.
if we're talking about like mainline games, I'd like to think that Alpha Ruby and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I told you I was nervous.
You're fine.
When they remade the third generation games, I was in love, and when they brought in the megas and even more megas for some third gen Pokemon, I was even more in love with the story than I was already. Um, and if we're talking spin-off games, I love Pokopia. It's no secret. I love it so much. It's everything I wanted in a cozy Pokemon game and more. And I've been playing it for months since it's released. And it's I'm not even done. I'm not even done with the game. There's so much to do. I'd say a close runner up to that would probably be the new Pokemon Snap. That's another good one if we're talking about, the not anything that's recent. The new Pokemon Snap definitely was a good second. I think Game Freak did a good job at including the different Pokemon interactions, and even just like the quality of the graphics was like up there for the time that it was released. That's another good spinoff.
Yeah, and 2 spin-offs that I have yet to play. My sister keeps egging me to play Pokopia, but I'm like, I'm not gonna buy it. I got more important things to buy than Pokopia.
That's very valid though. There's
Yeah,
so many people that they're like, it's not my game. That's
I mean, if my sister winds up buying it for me, then yes, I'll have to play it because I'm not gonna let a game go to waste. But but in my neck of the woods, my favorite spin-off game comes as no surprise: XD Gale of Darkness.
Yes!
It's got darkness. It's got darkness in the name. Damn it!
But also Shadow Lugia.
Yes, exactly. Shadow Lugia is bomb. It is bomb. And plus, the story of the game is so cool. And freaking, I forgot that Mirror B was in the game, so I just wound up dying laughing the first time I saw him again. And it's just like, it was so funny. I think I got all the footage from XD onto my portable drive. I should upload it to YouTube, but I don't know. Maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. I have no idea. But yeah, main series though. We're talking the main series games. I used to give 3 answers to this, but now I only give 1. Black and White 2.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree.
Yeah. In my opinion, they have the greatest storyline of any main series Pokemon game. It felt more mature. It felt more like meaningful than other stories. So, especially Hugh. Hugh, in my opinion, is the greatest rival of all time because Hugh is not in this for fame and glory. He's in this for revenge. And I love a revenge story. So, he's not out there testing you because he wants to prove he's better than you. He wants to prove that you're good enough for his cause. And we constantly prove it to him. So, yay, Hugh! And on top of that, I'm currently doing the DTQ in Black 2, and I'm still stuck in the sewers. Come be mine, you dumb, stupid Zubat!
You can tell he's been down there for far too long. We're losing him. We're losing him.
What's losing me? I was never found.
He's been stuck in the sewers. That's why.
Yeah, that was crazy. But yeah, love those games. I'm still glad I have them. Like not just the Black 2 and White 2, but Black and White in general. Like like if Hugh wasn't as cool as he was in Black and White 2, I would say Black and White are my favorite games, but again, I digress. So
yeah, no, I agree. Black and White 2 definitely took the stage. I think to the point that even most gamers now they suggest don't even go with Black and White 1, just go straight to Black and White 2.
Well, I would play
like get the cartridges.
Well, I would play both of them because they still have the storyline wise. You have to play Black and White to understand why Black and White 2 are in the realm that they are. Because Black and White are great games. Like I like to say, the games aged like wine. Like the more you let it sit, the better it became. Where some Pokemon games have aged like milk, some have aged like wine. And I believe the Gen 5 games are the wine games.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, why don't we put your horns on and we'll move on from love to hate. So, what is your least favorite Pokemon of all time?
I hate Alamola Mola. I hate that Pokemon so much. It was so freaking useless. I spent hours. I had a love disc in my party all the way to level 50 going, whoa, when is it gonna evolve? I don't know. Maybe I should Google it. And I Googled it, and guess what? It doesn't evolve into it. Why the hell did they give us, Game Freak, I'm coming for your kneecaps. You gave us a heart-shaped water-type Pokemon that's cute, but has a horrible base stat total that it's not useful in anything, not even the story. And then you give us another heart-shaped Pokemon freaking 2 generations later, and it doesn't even evolve. I can't take it. I hate that Pokemon so much. Anyway, now the fat crash out's over.
Wow.
That's the only water type Pokemon that I hate. Actually, it's 2 because they tie into each other. It's 2. At least Love Disc is cute. At least it's cute. But Alamola Mola? Garbage. Trash.
I have been waiting for a long time for someone to come in here and just bash their least favorite Pokemon like I do. So my hat goes off to you. My hat goes off to you.
That was pent up for a long time. No one's ever, very few people have asked and very few people know. But when it happens, it's like when you jar up all your trauma over 20 plus years.
Well, for 10 years, that stupid piece of shit, absolutely disgusting dark type, watermelon faced, ugly jeweled Alolan Persian has tormented me for years. Oh god, that stupid cat. It just boggles my mind how they could make a Pokemon so goddamn ugly and so useless at the same time. It's like, come on, why would you do this? And on top of that, the biggest disgrace, the biggest slap in the face, the biggest backhanded bitch slap to any Pokemon fan who's a fan of dark type Pokemon. They freaking give this thing shining glory in the form of giving it to Nanu being his ace. And, oh god, let me just also say this. This thing has been in every single fucking Pokemon game since its release. It's been in Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun and Moon, Sword and Shield, the DLC, freaking the Scarlet and Violet DLC, integration, Then on top of that, they put it in Legend ZA. Oh my god, you guys had the perfect opportunity to bring my boy back, my boy Obstagoon back, and you freaking give us that stupid cat in freaking Legend ZA? Like, are you freaking kidding me? Why does this cat need to get so much love that it just... Is it so ugly that you guys felt like you need to give it love because you made it the ugliest Pokemon in existence? Are you kidding me? I don't give a damn. Like, freaking toss it to the curb. I'm a cat lover, and I hate this cat. Just toss it to the curb. I don't care. Just get rid of it. I don't want to see it ever again. Bring back my boy Obstagoon. Okay, I think I'm done.
I'm in half agreeance with Spence on this one, right? It definitely is such an awkward design, and I understand where the design came from, right? As a cat person, I understand.
Me too.
But they could have gone with any other kind of cat design. There's like so many different breeds of cats. They could have made it better looking. I can look past the ugliness of the cat for the ability and the different moveset that it has from base Cantonian Persian.
Oh, don't get me started on that ability. You give a decent ability to a Trashmon, that is another big ass bitch slap to the face.
It kind of makes the Pokemon very utility based instead of a damager or you know, it's a tank utilitarian Pokemon. You can quash a Pokemon, and you're so fast because Persian is just fast in general that you just outspeed quash the enemy speed Pokemon or sweeper, and you make them go last. And even if they hit your Persian, it ain't gonna do anything because it's got fur coat. Poor Spence. I agree. They should have brought Zigzagoon back. I was totally okay with them saying, you know what, we'll let Persian got a couple of games and let's give it a break. And, you know, Zigzagoon hasn't come back since Galarian or Galar, so let's bring him back here.
I swear on everything that's holy, they better bring some sort of Linoon or some sort of Linoon integration into whatever DLC they have planned for Winds and Waves. If I don't see it in Gen 10, I will riot.
Uh-oh.
And trust me, people like no one, only a select few people know my last name. If you knew my last name, you would understand that if I start to riot, I fucking riot.
New emote.
Yeah.
Zigzagoon holding a torch.
Yeah, I know. Alright, looks like we have a question from the chat. In what Pokemon town from the games would you see yourself living in? So, what town would I want to live in the Pokemon world? You would actually think I would say Spikemuth, but I don't know, it seems a little bit dirty. Like, the town seems kind of dirty. I don't want to live in a dirty city. I would actually like to live in Fort Tree City. I like the idea of living in a treehouse.
Spence, get out of my head. What the heck, man?
You ever thinking the same thing?
I had it queued in my head before you even said it. I was like, yeah, Fort Tree was my favorite town. I love third generation. It's just such a good gen.
I know, I'm a Gen 3 baby.
And Gen 1 here. And Fort Tree, like when I got to Fort Tree, I didn't really want to leave it. You know what I mean? I just wanted to stay there and explore it.
Yeah. Too bad it was so small though. But heck, they did the town justice in Emerald Sea Glass. Even in 8-bit animation, the town is still freaking amazing.
I agree.
Okay, so off the raging point topic, what's your least favorite shiny of all time?
It fills me with disappointment even when I think about it. But Paldean Tauros in all of his forms. I'm so
Oh.
disappointed. Why would you, in any other Pokemon game, when they make a regional variant, they make the shiny look like the regular form, okay? And I get it. Maybe you don't want it to look like a normal Tauros, then you don't want it to be confusing when you see it. But regular Kanto Tauros doesn't even appear where Paldean Tauros appears. So it would stick out amongst the many black manes that you see. But now you bring us into a game where now it has a variant form, and not only a variant form, but it's got 3 of them because you have a water, a fire, and just a base fighting type. And all you do is take the black of the mane and swap it with the body? What? And then on top of it, the horrible lighting that it had in that game, you can't even tell that it is one.
Unless you look very carefully and zoom in.
Yeah, you have to zoom in. And you know how they are in that game. They tackle you the second you could be 10, 100 feet away from the dang thing, and it snipes you from across the map. But I hated it so much. Why wouldn't you just, I don't know, you could have just made it gray, you could have made it white. We don't have enough white shinies as it is. Like, you could have done anything, but you just palette swapped the black on its body with the black on the mane? I was disappointed. I can't stand that shiny. Love the Pokemon, love Tauros, just that particular shiny. Basura.
It also is quite fitting that your least favorite shiny comes from Gen 9, but that's because that's where mine comes into play. Actually, it's 3 of them because they're all the same exact thing. The stupid eye color changing only. Charcadet, Armarouge, Cerulege. Oh my god.
I agree.
These were some of the most anticipated Pokemon in a long time. And they dropped the ball tremendously with their shinies. Oh god. I keep saying this and I always keep saying it. Just turn Charcadet gray and swap the color schemes of the Armarouge and Cerulege and they would have been amazing shinies. But no, they had to give us such asinine shinies to absolutely amazing Pokemon. The only reason, the sole reason I shiny hunted one was because one guy paid for me to shiny hunt it, and I used it in a freaking shiny only run on Violet when I got the Switch 2. I hate the shiny, but Cerulege is a pretty good mon.
Yeah, I agree with that notion as well. Along with just like only eye changing, like any shiny that it just either gets oh so lighter or oh so darker. I'm like, why would you do this to us? Why? Game Freak, I'm coming for you! Why?
Yeah, I'm coming for you. And I'll come out without my
Like,
sunglasses to mean I mean business.
That's right. That's right. Take them off. You mean business, take them. But like, even if they just left Charcadet alone, like just change the eyes on Charcadet, because that's a little confusing, right? And then just at least had made Cerulege Armarouge's color, Armarouge Cerulege's color. Like, if they had done that, I feel like it would have driven the community. Like, they would have loved those shinies. They would have loved them.
Oh yes, I agree. I would have loved them. I would have given anything to get a Recluse March shiny Armarouge of Cerulege, but nope. We had to get those shinies. Oh god, it was so
Take notes, Nintendo. Take notes.
Yeah. Do not drop the ball on the Gen 10 shinies. We deserve better than what you gave us in Gen 9. You did us dirty in Gen 9. Give us some good ones in Gen 10.
So dirty.
All right, what is your least favorite type?
Oh, I really have to think about that. That's like the only one that it's like I can't really. I'm not a fan of like bug types. Like, so many of the bugs get outdone by the other typings, and then some of them have quad weaknesses. A lot of quad weaknesses in bug, because it's always like bug flying, bug bug fire. They just get demolished by rock type Pokemon, and it's like you need to make bugs with a little bit more variety in them. Like the bug electric types, I felt like they were onto something there. But then also, like, bug electric gets outdone because ground resists bug type moves. So great, now you have a bug that's electric, that the electric type moves do nothing, the bug type moves do nothing. So yeah, I think it's just bugs. I'm not a fan of bugs. I'm also arachnophobic, so any of the spider Pokemon, keep them away from me. I don't like them.
Hey, you're not the first who said shit about bug types. I mean, I've only liked, like, maybe I can probably count on one hand the amount of bug type Pokemon I actually like. But the ones that I do like are high up in my list because they're actually pretty versatile. Vikavolt is amazing Pokemon, but it's so asinine because they keep talking about how it's always so fast and agile and whatnot, but it's slower than its base form Grubbin.
Yeah, it's a very slow. I was very surprised when you get it in as a rental in Dynamax Adventures, and I'm like, oh cool, I should outspeed something. Nope.
Nope.
Absolutely not.
Vikavolt doesn't outspeed anything.
Anything.
It's powerful, but it doesn't outspeed nothing. You can't get it to outspeed anything.
Nope.
But yeah. Fairies, I hate them. Fairies!
Very good, parents!
Yeah, fairy Pokemon. The biggest reason I hate them is because they nerfed the Dark type, and Dark types didn't need a nerf. Like, Dark types were introduced to nerf Psychic Pokemon because they were so overpowered in Generation 1. The Dark type did not need a nerf because fighting in Bug, there's plenty of good fighting Pokemon you can use against Dark type, but you had to put Fairy on Dark type and make them even weaker. I mean, hell, the second Fairy comes into contact with a Hydreigon, bam, it's over. Fairy win, poof, it's done. I hate to admit it, but that quad weakness. And then on top of that, you give Pokemon who actually had no super effective weakness a super effective weakness. I'm talking about you, Spiritomb and Sableye. You guys were, unstoppable back in the day. But nope, not anymore. Here comes a Fairy type. Here comes Moonblast. Oh God, I hate it so much.
Moonblast, pixelated Hyper Beam, pixelated Hyper Voice, you name it. Yeah,
God,
the fairy types really did demolish some of the dark types.
Yeah. Then on top of that, there are Pokemon that have no business being fairy Pokemon that should be that got the fairy type. The one I always say is about Snubble and Gramble, but it was actually pointed out to me by a past guest that the reason why they got fairy typing was because they're literally called the fairy type Pokemon, or they're called the fairy Pokemon. So, yeah, and just like Reed was saying, Celebi could have easily swapped out Psychic for fairy, but nope.
Yep, still grass psychic. Still grass psychic.
Yeah, fairy types, me no likey. Alright, so what about your least favorite Pokemon game? And this is the one that beats them all. Like, regardless if it's a main series or a spinoff.
I think out of all the Pokemon games that's ever been created, right?
Yeah.
I've only ever not played 2 of them, and they both have different reasons. One is Hey You Pikachu that released for the N64, and it was because I was still young, so my parents would not get me an N64 as a kid.
Uh-huh.
The other one was Pokemon Conquest, and it's because it's a tactic-styled Pokemon game. And I've just figured out in life in general, I've tried all sorts of tactics. I've tried Digimon tactics, I've tried Final Fantasy tactics. I've even tried Fire Emblem's another one. I'm not a tactic styled person. And so while the story of Conquest was cool, I just didn't like the game. It's boring. It's drawn out. It's bland. The characters are very bland. Um, I feel like they could have done better when they first made that game, and obviously it speaks volumes because they haven't made another one since then. Yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite game.
I've actually never played Conquest, so I really can't give any input on it. But there were a bunch of the GameCube games that, like, the earlier GameCube games kind of dropped the. Or was that GameCube or was it N64?
Depends on the game. I might be able to tell you.
Well, what did you play Conquest on?
I think Conquest was like the DS.
Oh, it was a DS game.
I think it was the DS era. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I gotta look that up for myself.
Google.
I genuinely don't know. I never played Pokemon Conquest.
Oh, I think Ryu just confirmed it was DS. 1 year
Yeah,
after.
DS. Yeah, I never played Conquest. So yeah.
Played it once, then sold and returned the cartridge back.
That was all the way. That was 2012. That game's 14 years old. Holy shit.
Yeah, and then they never made another one.
I think probably because they realized they flopped on it. I don't know.
It was really bad. I'm telling you, it was not. I don't think Pokemon should have gone off in that direction. I feel like they did. They definitely built up their cozy era through the different spin-offs, and I think that's what they should have just stayed with, is like cozy Pokemon games. And Conquest is not cozy.
Yeah. I mean, hell, even though some of my favorite Pokemon come from this generation, I hate X and Y. I don't like them. The story was way too vanilla. It just felt, I don't know, washed out in a sense. And like this is like the first generation where like not even 70 or like not even 80 new Pokemon were introduced. So freaking there was such a low amount of Pokemon in them. Then on top of that, that's the gen that fairies came out. So you know, I give a little crap to that. And the games were, like I said, underdeveloped because they were focusing on the 3D style of the game, where they made areas of the game inaccessible. And I'm like, come on, let us play the game, or let us play this portion of the game. Like, give us access to these areas or whatnot. It's like, ugh. Yeah. Then, on top of that, I believe that a champion is a prominent figure in a Pokemon game, and the fact that Diantha is barely in the game, like you literally only talk to her 5 times in the entire game, is just, ugh, like, oh my god. Like, people give crap to Gita for being a crappy champion. No, it's Diantha. I don't give a damn if she has a Mega Gardevoir or not. I defeated her. I defeated her whole team with one single Greninja. So, what else do I gotta say?
Yeah, in terms of difficulty, I think it's still Gita, like as far as like difficulty, right? But I agree, like Diantha could have used more screen time. It was definitely one of those like I talked to a couple people about it since I watched like the first episode of you, and they were like, well, I mean, maybe Nintendo was thinking like make her more scarce, right? Because technically she was a model, I think, in that universe. Like that was her secondary job, was a model. And so maybe she's just more exclusive because of like modeling and having to be a champion at the same time. A guardian. What's like Neko? What the heck?
Yeah, I mean, people can also argue that Wallace wasn't even in the game that much in Emerald, but no one thought he was the champion. No one thought he was the champion, so it's like it didn't count. It was a curveball that we got. But But yeah, just uh, I also like this. Also goes on with me hating fairy type Pokemon. I hate how fairy type got so much love in the game it got introduced in. It got a legendary, it got new Pokemon, it got old Pokemon, it got a gym, it got the ace of the Elite Four member. Like, where was this love back in the day for the Dark and Steel types? What the crap?
Yeah, yeah, because Dark came out in second gen, and Pokemon was definitely not as built up then.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if they introduce a new type in Winds and Waves, they better not do what they did with fairy types, because people are gonna wind up, or people like me are gonna wind up hating the fact that they gave it so much love in the gen it was introduced. Give us some more love as the years go on, not in right then and there. But anyway, all right, so let's go into the deepest corridors of your brain. And what was your very first ever experience with Pokemon?
Oh man, I might be aging myself again. Very first interaction with Pokemon was, I want to say, so I started in Generation 1. My first game was Red specifically. And I remember my parents just had enough money to buy both my sister and I our separate Game Boys so that way we wouldn't have to share. That was the first ever. I mean, I remember, and it's like the span is right next to each other. That's when it came out on TV as well for the first time too. I remember coming home from school every single day to watch Pokemon on television every single day. To the point that like my favorite episode is the I don't even think it aired on TV. I think it was only a VHS exclusive tape. The Great Pokemon Race. That might be an aired. I can't remember. But yeah, I remember when the cards came out. I remember when it was on TV. I remember when they first came out with the Game Boy and said, "Here you go. It's black and white. Your screen's not lit up, so like you either got to play in the daytime or you got to play by light, and if you took it with you in the car, you had to wait. You had to wait till the light passes over the car just right just to take a couple of steps."
Oh, the good old days.
I was 6 years old.
Yeah, when I was 6, that's when I pretty much got into Pokemon myself, and I started with the 3H, the 3 episode VHS that had Pokemon Shipwreck, the Isle of Giant Pokemon, Tentacle and Tentacruel, and it just snowballed from there. Like, I was so mesmerized by this cartoon that I just wound up watching everything of the old series, everything of the most recent series. I started playing the games a few years down the road. I got introduced to the cards. It just like uh, sweet, fond memories, you know.
Yeah. Times were simpler back then.
Way too
Fire lizard, water turtle, or cabbage frog.
cabbage frog. That's a new one. I gotta write that down. Answer your question, Ryu. Yes, that was the episode, the race episode. That's where Ash rode that ponytail. But anyway,
Yep.
all right. Next up is what I like to call the emote elaboration. So you said you have a lot of Growlithe emotes. Let me see what they
Oh
are.
my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, okay, okay. I got you. I got you.
Yeah, give me the rundown of your emotes, or at least some of them.
We'll get the Growlithe. We'll get some of my like not Growlithe but still top favorites. Do this one and then this one. Okay, so my Growlithe emotes, and then I added some variety in there.
Angry
Look at all
Growlithe,
my little babies.
cheering Growlithe, good boy. Huh? Nappy time. Nomming on, is that thing nomming on sushi? Why'd you have a nomming on sushi?
Sushi. I love sushi. That's my favorite like meal. Like if you take me out to eat anywhere, I'm picking sushi.
Ah, gotcha. I'm not the biggest fan of sushi. I've seen so many episodes of Monsters Inside Me, I steer away from eating raw fish.
Oh no, that's fair.
All right, so what's the story behind this Koraidon roaring emote?
So my friend who had initially talked me back into streaming again gave me this emote. It was initially his over on his TikTok platform. And when I had subscribed to him to support him, I would only spam this emote. Every time I came in, that was the emote I put. I just love how derpy he looks. And it kind of looks like the current PogChamp emote for Twitch. And so when I animated it, I said, actually, it just looks like he's roaring. So whenever I use it, it's really when I'm like yelling or like really excited. So I'll do like all caps, like, oh my god, I'm on pokeNERDS Incorporated! LoNeko roar! Yeah, it's meant to be excited. He's also my privacy like screen, like when I'm doing DAs, he's what comes up and protects the DA code. Um,
Ah.
from viewers' eyes. He's gonna ow, ow, ow.
I feel like my eyes have been. Sorry, I don't like Jinx, so I feel like my eyes have been. My eyes have been. I don't know, burned or something. I don't know. What? Why do you have? Why?
Bird.
What's up with the Jinx emote?
It's my slate emote. So whenever I'm feeling like sassy or attitudey or like kind of like it's meant to be more of a feminine thing than I guess a masculine thing. But it's just meant for like when I'm sassy or when I'm making like a point and I'm like, you know, I'm just it's when it was like one of the first couple of emotes that I purchased, and people spammed that left and right. So it's just kind of whittled to become one of my favorites. Like whenever I'm customizing my character on stream with like the clothes, people will put killing it. Love the fit today. LoNeko slay.
Let's see. And you also got one of yourself in there, so.
This is the first ever emote that was done by my personal artist. And he's been a dear friend for a long time. Some LoNeko lore is that I've had to move to Colorado uh, a little after COVID because I fell on some really hard times. And I
Uh,
don't have a lot of familial support. My support is in Colorado, so I had to move away from friends. And that's when I really started turning to like Discord and video games. I played, like I said before, I played Final Fantasy a lot, and 14 was a game that I played a lot prior to the Pokemon, and that's where I met this friend. And ever since, he's been so supportive, coming in with any artist needs that I need, and even like he's got his own like corner within my stuff that whenever I can, I'm always shouting him out because his art style is amazing. And I don't think he believes me when I say it, and I think it's gonna require, people. I mean, even when you highlight over the emote itself, you can see the amount of details that he put in it, from the eyes to the hair, to the sheen on the hair, to the sweatshirt that I wear. And even the fluff on the inside of the ears. He's got a huge attention to detail, and I think more people need to see that.
well, if he's the guy that currently made your current PNG models, I mean, I've got to give proper props to dude. It's pretty damn good work.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff. He didn't make the model itself, but he still sends me like he'll update it. He'll give me like outfits and stuff like that. I actually have a ZA outfit for when ZA released. I have a rave outfit, so I have like the shades on and glow sticks that I can equip to that he made. He's really talented. I can't thank him enough cuz I don't know where I'd be without him.
I gotcha. Any more emotes you want to share, or do you want me to share mine?
Go for it, Spence. I'm ready.
There you go.
Holy.
So most of my emotes are themed off of either Obstagoon or Dark type Pokemon, but there's a few in there that aren't themed off of Dark types that I tend to love. So one of my
I love the ban emote.
like that was drawn by Video Game Shay. Like she has a way of making menacing look cute. So Hydreigon is supposed to be a menacing, absolutely amazing abomination, but it wound up being cute, and I'm like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Yeah. So aside from that, one of my favorite emotes is actually my heart emote, which is basically Galarian Zigzagoon biting onto a heart. Oh, I like that one a lot. And I got let's see, what else do I want to highlight? My Pride Tomb, which is Spirit Tomb with all the rainbow colors. It's there for my LGBTQIA members. I mean, I'm not LGBTQIA myself, but I am a supporter of my friends who are LGBTQIA, so I got that one for them. And I got the Alolan Vulpix because I actually have a history with shiny hunting Alolan Vulpix on screen, and I've gotten them in pretty much every single game they've been introduced in thus far. So I just had it sipping on a nice cold drink with the shades, because it's my deal. Then I got
kind of incorporating that channel feel. I get you.
Yeah. Then I got what I like to call Poké. It's basically just an angry Annihilate punching the ground. So I just call it Poké because that's what I like to call Annihilate. But yeah, my luck emote is actually an homage to my very first on-screen shiny. So, very first shiny hunt I did for when the Crown Tundra released was I did Regidrago, and somehow I got it in 2,221 encounters. So, whoo, yay me!
Nice. Under odds. We like those.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that to honor him. But yeah, I also got like I said, I fell in love with Lantern, so I got Lantern as I actually call Lantern sushi. So so I got like dressed up as like a sushi chef and whatnot. It was really cute draw.
Oh, it's so cute. Yes, little blush face.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on to this. Do you have any Pokemon hot takes?
I did have one and now it's escaped my
No.
Oh, wait, no, I remember.
What is it?
Doubles battles, the competitive aspect, overrated. It's overrated. It's absolutely overrated. I can't stand it. Every single time I'm doing single battles, why don't you do doubles? I don't like doubles because all you do is slap protect on everything, and then you just protect on both sides, see what the heck your opponent's gonna go for, and then swap out one while you use the other to attack. It's brain dead. I hate it. It's overrated. It exploded because it's been so long since they've made like just strictly a double styled game that all the players that play doubles are like, oh, finally multis, doubles, let's do this. And it exploded, but now it's everywhere. And now casual battlers aren't safe. I don't want to play doubles unless it's in XD Gale of Darkness or Coliseum. How about that?
I think you're probably the first person I have had on the show that says double battles are shit.
They're overrated. I don't think they're shit, but they're overrated. It's exploded. You barely even see singles gameplay anymore. I've been actually spending the last couple of days in a different Discord server with a couple of friends because he's like, I wish I could increase my knowledge of Pokemon. I said, my opinion, get champions because it's free and just make your singles team and then just play singles and then just kind of like fix that team and you will slowly start to learn about Pokemon that way because the more you battle them, the better your knowledge gets. I have like 30 plus years of Pokemon playing experience. So naturally, with playing Pokemon for 30 plus years, you kind of gain all the knowledge as you go. But there are some folks who are either new to Pokemon or they've only been playing since 7th or 8th gen or, 6th gen and on, and they just kind of they're missing the core aspect of Pokemon battling that you just don't get in the gameplay because they made the gameplay so easy.
Ever since Generation 6, I mean, it's just been easier and easier and easier to play a game. I mean, the EXP share becomes a permanent item, and then so much hand holding. It's like the game tells you where to go, and back in the days, it didn't tell you where to go. You just have to go and find out for yourself.
That and the money grind, like the money grind is easier in these games. In the past games, you couldn't rebattle people. There was no way, unless it was the Elite Four, there was no way to get more money. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So like Amulet Coin didn't exist till 3rd gen.
Yeah, it was hard to make it rain back in the day.
It was hard to make the money. I was just a poor wee baby battling the Elite Four for the first time with 50 Poké dollars in my bank.
We just wanted a little more money. I mean, was it so hard for us to go into these games thinking that we could get all the money we want, but now it's like we're so limited on funds, we need to worry about it if we're going to get past the Elite Four with so little healing items. Let us get more money.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
That's funny. You've heard all my hot takes, so I think we can skip me saying them because I've pretty much given all my hot takes on previous podcast episodes. But let's actually dive into my favorite portion of the show, the shared experiences. That's where those clips I asked for earlier came into play.
Oh, yay.
Whoops. Okay, let me change the whoops. Okay, there we go. Now I can change screen. Let's do this really quick. Okay. So this is Neko's first clip. Oh, really? Dang. You lucky woman.
Yeah. It's great. This just a little pre story before we get into it. This I just had started stream up. So this was like not even like 5 minutes into starting.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ooh, I believe you. That was great. Wiggins, if you have to raid and run, I totally understand. And then raiders, welcome in. I am Neko. I am your Pokemon variety PNG tuber. Shiny Hunter, even though I don't find him on stream. Wait, is that it? That's it! What the heck?
You just said you don't find him.
Yes.
You had a shiny Mewtwo too.
Someone get CJ!
Yeah, well that was from a friend. He had given up his shinies and said I wanted you to have some of my shiny legendaries, so I kept them for
General
him.
Wiggins, you gave me your luck! Dude!
Good old Wiggins.
Yeah.
Good old Wiggins.
Just got raid. was going into my tirade of, hey, I'm Neko. Welcome in. I'm a shiny hunter, even though we don't find him on stream. That's always part of my lingo when people read into me, because it's true. I found so many shinies off stream because I'm like, I'm gonna pad my numbers a little bit before I enter the next stream. By the time I enter before it even gets to the end of the day, I found the shiny off stream. It was just.
That's another
But
reason.
that Zapdos. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, that's fine. I mean, that's a reason why I don't shiny hunt, almost never shiny hunt off screen anymore, is because I don't want to get the shinies off screen. Specifically, like my big target hunts, I don't do it.
Yeah, I need to learn how to stop it, but I'm up to like 220 Pheromosa DAs, so like I need a pad somewhere because it's just not happening, boss. But that Zapdos was like the start of stream, so that means if the last stream I did, if I had just done one more reset, I would have just found it. So I was like, the start of stream, I was like, well, what the heck do we hunt now?
The old-fashioned days of shiny hunting. What do I hunt now? Now that I've found my target. Oh wait, there's 1,000 Pokemon I can choose from. Let's choose one.
Let's choose one. On this one, there's a little bit of a volume warning, so anyone who's got earplugs in, definitely turn it down just a smidgen.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, don't have it max.
I prefer the unicorn.
Oh, it's red! It's red! It's red! It's red! It's red! What the fuck? How do I get over there?
Wait, did you
It's
find
red!
a
It's red! 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 Ah!
No!
How the fuck do I get over there? Tell me the ways! How do I get up there? I heard it! It's shiny! It's an alpha! What? Saving. You're right.
I've never shiny hunted Absol in Legends EA, so it's one of those hunts where, yeah, we got it before the DLC dropped and it was a little easier to hunt. So kudos to you for getting that one target shiny.
It was alpha too. On top of it, on
That
that
was an
platform,
alpha? Oh shit!
that was
you
a
got
Shalfa Absol. Yup.
You lucky woman.
Oh yeah, Cherry came home that day.
All right, let's take a looky at this one.
Oh, there it is! Whoa! Oh, it's a square shiny!
Prism is what I meant to say.
Oh my god, let's go! Oh my god!
Yeah.
Oh my god! 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 Let's go! I want it in a dusk ball. I'm just gonna spam balls. I'm not gonna lie, chat. I'm pretty rich.
Ooh, crit catch.
Capture! One. And mine! 720! Nice! Let's go!
So, fun fact, I don't know if you know this, but square shinies are actually the common shiny in Sword and Shield in the wild.
Oh.
Like,
Well.
it was actually... Well, see, the thing is that the square shiny was initially supposed to be the rare one in Sword and Shield in the wild. But the problem was the coding to this day is still bugged. So now the square shiny is the most common shiny, while the star shiny is actually the least common. So if you so if you find a star shiny in the wild, that's rare. It doesn't count, like that coding doesn't count towards eggs or legendaries. So whenever you get shiny hunt like the Reggies or the Sacred Sword Trio, they'll wind up being star shinies if they don't wind up being squares. So yeah.
I see.
So yeah. I mean, it's you still found a shiny, you still found your target, so congratulations. Under odds too.
Oh yeah. That was a dedicated hunt because that was when I had finally gotten enough funds raised for the new PC. And as a thank you to those who donated, I dedicated specific hunts for them. and that person had donated nearly half of the total cost of the PC. So I asked him, what hunt across multiple games do you want me to hunt for? And he said, Gloom is my favorite Pokemon. Can you please hunt Gloom? So I went across Sword and Shield, Scarlet, Violet. I went into Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I did Masuda hunts in BDSP, all for Glooms for this person.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm actually currently doing this thing where I recently had to get some new glasses because my current prescription is like 5 years old, and I actually stepped on these glasses, so they're a little bent. So I had to get some new ones, and I got 2 pairs, and they cost me a lot more than I thought. So I'm doing this thing where I'm raising money on Throne to help me out with this stuff. I'm already at 29% of my goal, and I told them that, hey, if I get to this threshold before a certain time frame, I would willingly do a shiny tandem mouse hunt. And I don't want to shiny hunt that thing.
Oh, that's a hard one. I've been there.
I know. That's what I'm saying. But speaking of shiny hunts, so context to this, I was trying to beat the con man. Puzzled me since the beginning of Pokemon. Oh my god! No shot! I was so shocked I took my sunglasses off, and I never do that. Oh my god! I got the shiny Magikarp!
The friend.
Puzzle me. And fun fact about this one. So Saded Saze, I believe you know him. He was still in Magikarp hell, over 10,000 encounters to find the thing. I find it in 1,000. He sees it pop up in the skirmish Kanto thing. He's like, "Oh my god, the Magikarp! No, who got it? Like, what? How many? 1,084." I raided into Level Up Oreo, who was like collabing with him at the time, and he said to the top of his lungs, Spence, I'm about to pick with you." So I unintentionally made an enemy or frenemy because of a fish.
Yep, I was there for both of your shiny Magikarps. It was a pretty hype moment. But I was laughing the whole time because I was watching you both and and going, "Oh no, Jack's gonna be so upset."
He's gonna be so pissed.
All in good fun though. All in good fun.
Yeah. All right, so this one happened during my Froakie hunt, and you just have to see it to understand what's happening. Is that the Froakie or something else? Oh, look at... No shot! 2 shiny Fletchling on a rock!
Oh my god, it was Tooth?
No, what? No! No! What? No, they flew away! No! Son of a bitch! I flew too close to the sun, and they flew away.
Oh no. I thought because I was squinting at that Froakie, I was like, is this the clip? And I was like, wait, no.
No, just,
This is
yeah.
worse.
Yeah. Yeah, some birds wound up being shiny, and they both flew away, so... Oh god, that was one of my... that was an epic fail. But this one certainly wasn't. So, I'll just add context. This was a shiny Batch Quest Nuzlocke I was doing in Let's Go, and I was going after, ironically, Magikarp. So, you have to literally pay attention in the very first second to understand what I found before I see it again. But I wasn't even chaining this thing, and it popped up. So, Pay attention.
Mhm.
Oh, what the crap?
No! Yeah.
Yep.
No! Yeah. Oh my god. So hype. I'm sorry. I'm so loud.
No, you're good. Nice. Shiny Dratini.
Yeah, literally. What the fuck?
Guys, it's a shiny Dratini. What the shit? Are you
Pink
kidding
sea
me right now?
noodle.
Oh man, I didn't want this to happen. I don't know what to do. So, per the rules of my run, I couldn't catch phases, so I had to contemplate on this because this was only a 4% encounter and it popped up shiny without a change. So, yeah, that was pretty fucking rare.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, that was quite the day. That was quite the day. But aside from the moments that we just saw, what are some of the most epic, crazy things that have happened to you that involve Pokemon? These can include on-stream moments or IRL shenanigans. So if there's anything you did in your life that involved Pokemon, give us the inside scoop.
Yeah, so for a little bit more context on Neko lore, so I've been playing since Gen 1. There's not been a generation that I have missed yet, to this day. And one of the generations that I was in danger of missing was Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. And before Platinum was released, they released Diamond and Pearl. So this is back in the day when we had like 2, possibly 3 releases. My family had some unexpected things happen and we became very unfortunate. Money was really tight, and so for the first time ever, I never asked for anything for like my birthday or for Christmas. It was just expected to be, you have family and that's kind of all you're getting for Christmas, and that was good enough for me. And at the time, because there's a 6-year age gap between me and my elder sister at the time had 3 jobs, and she saved up enough money not only to get me a copy of Diamond, which is the one that I really wanted, but she saved up enough for me to get the Cherry Blossom Pink DS Lite, because my old DS had gotten so old and overused that the little connector pieces for the screen snapped, and then it was unusable. I couldn't use it anymore. I never knew that though. So imagine like little 13-year-old me like getting this gift thinking that it was from like my parents and my grandparents saving up all this money just to get me something. And then she didn't tell me this until like literally 5 years ago. She was like, "By the way, remember that cherry pink DS Lite? That was from me because I saved up the money for that to give that to you." And it was like, it was such a pivotal moment in my life that I realized that if not for her, I probably wouldn't have played Pokemon anymore after that point. Because I realized how easy it is for other people, like my boyfriend, my partner. I got him back into Pokemon. He stopped playing after Generation 3. Yes, my boyfriend has not played a Pokemon game since Gen 3. And then I got into his life and he saw how much I loved Pokemon and how many Pokemon games I had, how many items I had for Pokemon. And he just decided, heck it, my partner's into it. I'm going to get back into it too. And he realized how much he's missed through the generations. So now we're kind of getting him back up to speed. I still need to get him through Gen 5 because they haven't remade that part of Pokemon yet. And I can't wait till they do. I was so upset when ZA was announced because for me, I'm like, we should have gotten a Gen 5 remake before the Gen 6 remake, but whatever. But yeah, no, so officially he's gotten Gen 6. He's gone through Gen 8, he's gone through Gen 9, and hopefully we'll hit Gen 10 here together. But Switch 2s are really expensive, so we'll see.
Yeah, like the reason I currently possess a Switch 2, because I was living with last year. I had to move out away from my apartment because the power got disconnected to take care of repairs on an adjacent unit because I live in a duplex. So I had to live with my sister and my brother-in-law, and Daniel, my brother-in-law. He comes home on the day the Switch 2 releases with the Switch 2, and I'm like, you son of a bitch! Like he just went in and got one, and he didn't pre-order. I'm like, you son of a bitch! Now I have to get one. So it was peer pressure from my brother-in-law that I got one when I did. But I mean, honestly, if he didn't do it, if I wasn't living with him at the time, I probably couldn't afford to actually buy one. So I guess it just all fell into place.
Yeah, my peer pressure was Pokopia. Once I got wind that it was not going to release for the OG Switch, I had no choice, had to save up for it. And then again through the help of the community as well, I managed to get one. And I'll have to definitely get a second one, but personal ones I don't use. The stream funds for anything that comes in from stream goes back to stream. That's the way I've always rolled it, and that's how I want to keep it. I want to be as honest as I possibly can be, with like my community and my people. That's how it's been since day one. Is nothing but honesty. Like I don't come from a fortunate household. I come from fortunate situations. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I feel you more than you'll ever believe. I was raised in a single parent household, so I fully understand.
mm-hmm. It can be hard. So my community and the way I am is because I know how it is, how it's like. And I think the world could use a lot more empathy and kindness, and I think Pokemon has that. It has the empathy and the kindness that us as adults we lacked as children, and so that's why Pokemon is creating such a safe space for a lot of us. And I want to continue to raise that for future generations to come. Because if Pokemon has helped me through my years of trauma and others, you know what I mean? I've heard tons of stories, hundreds. I so strongly believe that it can be the same for more generations. You know, I think I seen it on a post for like Harry Potter, where it was like the new series that they're coming out with was very much so like, I know it kind of sucks to see that it's not the older actors that we grew up with, but we're the professors now. This new episode is for the next generation. We're the professors, they're the students. I believe the same thing with Pokemon. We are the champions. The newer generations are the trainers that are just coming up through their first generations of Pokemon. So, I'd like to continue repping the community alongside many others, you yourself, Shine, who is also on your show, so many other content creators who have been and aired on your show. I want us all to keep up this safe space for the next generations.
That's a good way to put it.
She's an absolute vision.
Well, seeing as though that like I said, you've watched my previous episodes, there's not much I can tell you that I haven't already done. So I think it's best that we just move on to the Pokemon news section of the interview. So since the season 5 finale, we've had a lot covered with Pokemon. So I'm gonna dwindle it down to 3 specific points today as to talking about all of it. First and foremost, after so many years, we finally got old Pokemon games on the Switch 2, i.e. Fire Red and Leaf Green. And since then, we have had so the the streamer tag for Fire Red and Leaf Green has never been as hot as it has been in recent years. So, what is it? What was it like to? Did you buy a copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green?
I did, yes.
So, what was it like to re-experience a classic game now on the Switch?
It was honestly relieving in a way. I think because I think it's like 20 some odd years ago is when Fire Red Leaf Green released. And then it was $40 per copy if you wanted both. You know what I mean? You had to spend 80. And now Nintendo has released it for 20, which I think, very valid that some people feel as though it should have been an NSO. However, I'd like to counter argue that a mainline game has never been part of any NSO ever from Nintendo. So I don't think they'll do that. I think they'll do that with the spin-off games. But I like the fact that Game Freak and Nintendo have made it more cost efficient. They're saying, hey, this is a game from 20 years ago, and we're only going to charge you half the price of what the game was worth 20 years ago. And I was very happy to see that they didn't fix some of the glitches. Like the item glitch is still in that game.
It is.
And so, for those of you who don't know, definitely research the item glitch in 3rd generation. It'll help you copy some of your master balls and such in a way that you're not going to break your game. And they won't brick it either. Big Daddy Nintendo, don't come after me. You did this, not me. But also I think it was definitely nice for like other people who can't afford the cartridges. Like legitimate cartridges are like upwards of hundreds of dollars. And I think this is a really nice cost-effective way to make sure that everyone can get a copy without having to go hungry for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I snagged my hands on both a copy of Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch, and mainly because I decided to do the double Deoxys. You can't really see them on the screen, but I was able to get them for both. But yeah, so I actually really like how they actually implicated those. They changed the coding of the game to include those event exclusive items in the post game for Fire Red and Leaf Green. So that way, people who want to shiny hunt the 1 in 8,000 Ho-Oh or Lugia or Deoxys, they now have the opportunity to. And as a shiny hunter, you want to shiny hunt these event exclusive Pokemon, but you don't have the capacity to. But with this, you now have the capacity to. So that's why I dove head first into shiny hunting Deoxys, because it's like the one mythical I can claim as a shiny that I do not have as a shiny. So I am dedicated. I'm going to be dedicated to getting shiny Deoxys before too long. Heck, I'm going to be doing it tomorrow. I actually voted in my Discord as to what I'm doing tomorrow for shiny hunting, because I only stream 2 days a week. So what am I doing tomorrow? And they decided that I'm doing double Deoxys. So here comes double Deoxys.
Yay, I'm so excited for more. I can't wait till you get it. I hope you get it under odds.
That's what I'm hoping too. I mean, I think all my luck went away with that fish, but we'll see. We'll see.
At least now you know that you can find shinies on those seeds, you know what I mean? So you won't have to worry about having to like reset it and get yourself to that point all over again.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm relieved about, that I don't have to do that puzzle every single time. That's what I'm relieved. Mm-hmm. Okay. Second thing I want to discuss. As you brought up earlier, Pokopia. It has taken the world by storm for reasons I will never understand. So, as a cozy gamer, or as a person who's a fan of those cozy style games, where do you rank Pokopia on a scale of from Animal Crossing to Minecraft? Give us your experience with Pokopia and where do you rank it in that scale?
Pokopia is more of a triangle to me. Because I have played a plethora of games that are not just like one genre. I've played a game back in the day called Birthdays the Beginning. And if no one understands what that game is, it's like an environmental simulator control game where you get dinosaurs based on the environment, weather, humidity, etc. You know what I mean? Um and Pokopia is kind of like all of those. It's Animal Crossing and Minecraft and Birthdays the Beginning. So it's like a triangle, and it's like, for me, perfectly in the center. It encompasses all of it. It encompasses the Pokemon collecting aspect. It encompasses the Animal Crossing aspect, where you're decorating, building houses, decorating the inside of those houses. You know what I mean? Like building up relationships with those Pokemon so that way they love their environment. And then it's also Minecraft where you're constantly demolishing, building. Like I've seen people make mausoleums, museums, castles, like a full blown castle. I watched someone build the actual tower from Johto.
The tin tower or the burn tower?
The burn tower, like before it burned, though.
So yeah, the tin tower. Holy crap!
Yeah, yeah, yes. He made the whole thing to perfect scale and ratio too, so it's like it's wide and huge. Like it's just that's what she said. Anyway, um, it's definitely a game that if you are not a person that likes to play games where you grind materials and decorate and build, I get it, because I think a lot of people are realizing that they love Pokemon, they just didn't love Pokopia. And that's okay too. Not everyone is going to love every single Pokemon game that comes out. I think it's important though that the Pokemon company is trying to try new things to get different gamers acclimated to Pokemon. And I think that's a good way to do it. There used to be a game called Pokemon Channel on the GameCube. And that was a very cozy style game, and they haven't redone it again because it was the same thing. People loved Pokemon. They didn't like the cozy aspect of Pokemon Channel. So, but I think Pokopia hit a bunch of nails on the head, and that's why it's taken the whole gaming community by force.
I mean, it's gotten to the. I mean, my brother-in-law is not a fan of like those types of games. Yet my sister got him into it. she roped her husband into playing the game, and it worked. But she can't rope her brother into playing the game because he's stubborn. And that's a problem in our family. We're too stubborn.
That's valid. Like I've talked to Brett about even just playing with me, not even playing with like on his own, like just playing with me because you can have your own island where it's like separate and you can decorate together. And he told me straight to my face, he said, I love you and I love Pokemon, but Pokopia is not my game. My boyfriend is like he's like a GTA, like very shooter, Saints Row.
I gotcha.
Yeah, like he's a masculine. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to really say it. He's just like he's more of a shooters gamer than he is a cozy gamer for sure. So like I get it. Some people are not going to like Pokopia. It's all right. It's okay. I totally get it. But for those of you out there who love cozy games and love Pokemon and like you loved Animal Crossing, go to Pokopia. I swear to God, it's worth the money. There's not even DLC for it, and it's worth the money. Like, to me, that game is never going to need a DLC. You can start your file over, and you're going to have just as much fun as the first time you played through that game.
Yeah, I can definitely see it. All right, so last thing I want to discuss, as we've talked about, or as we've mentioned numerous times today, in the Pokemon Day Direct, finally, after so much speculation and so much spoiling, Generation 10 is upon us. Pokemon Winds and Waves will come to us in 2027. But when in 2027 are we gonna get the Arceus treatment, and it's gonna release in the early first 4 months of the year? Or are they gonna wait? Are they gonna wait until this time, until in the November, November, like they've only been like mainline games. They've been releasing like before Black Friday. So, what do you think? Are they gonna give it the Arceus treatment, where they're gonna release it in the first few months of well, the Legends Arceus, Legends CA treatment, where they're gonna release it within the first few months of 2027, or are they gonna wait until all the way until November 2027? Because personally, this is gonna be the 10th generation game, 30 years of Pokemon. They need to perfect this game. They need to make sure that it runs absolutely perfection, unlike Scarlet and Violet, which they severely dropped the ball for. So, I just hope that whenever it releases, they do it right. But, who are you picking? Who's your pick? Who are you choosing?
Neither. My genuine reaction to all this and how I've seen how little like content we've gotten and talks about it we've gotten, I think what's going to happen is we're going to get close to the end of next year, and then they're going to say we need a little bit more time, and we're actually going to fully flush out everything, and we're going to wait until 2028. That's what I think is going to happen. We're going to wait till 2028 to get Winds and Waves. And if that happens, I'm okay, because it shows that if as long as they take the time to make sure they fully think about everything, flush out the bugs, flush out everything they want to make sure we have quality, I'm okay with that answer. I'm okay with waiting a year or two and maybe 1.5 to 2 years for a Pokemon game, as long as we're getting updates. That's what I think they need to do. We need more updates, let more time between the games, so that way we can see the progress, and maybe even include the little projects that they're working on perfecting. Like, hey, we're gotten up to this point in the game. This is what we're working on now. Here's a little sneak peek to kind of keep you guys interested. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like the next sneak peek is gonna come within the next few months, but if they wait until Worlds, there's gonna be a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, a lot of excitement.
It's gonna be clustered. It's gonna be clustered.
It's gonna be a clusterfuck.
Yep. It's gonna be a cluster of information, because it's gonna be like during Worlds where like you might lose some of the Pokemon fans, you know what I mean? Some people don't like to watch Worlds, some people like to watch Worlds. So all the people who go to watch Worlds are gonna get that information. But then like it might, because they're waiting for the player bases to spread that information around, it might not get to you by time you actually go, oh wait, let me look up Nintendo, like where they aired it, and then go watch it for myself to see for myself what this information has. Yeah, man, I think if they wait till Worlds to tell us anything, then it's gonna be a little crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite crazy. But who are you picking?
Oh God, yeah, sorry. It was a really hard decision. When I saw all the designs of the starters, nothing really pulled me right away. And I've always been that kind of person that when I see which one's being hyped up the most, that's automatically not on my list. So as much as the Fire Pupper is cute, I don't want it, because if they bring Arcanine back into that game, I want to have my original Fire Pupper on my team. So at the moment, I think I'm more on the Gecko side than I am on the Brout side.
Yay, Gekwa gang! That's what I'm on.
Gekwa! He's cute. I really hope he's like a poison water type, honestly. That'd be a pretty cool design.
Yeah, that's what the consensus is, that he's gonna wind up being water poison. That's gonna be quite the interesting thing. I just don't. I just don't like how they're using another grass owl. I just don't like that. Like, if you're gonna make starter Pokemon, make them fully unique to the lineage. Like, we've already had a grass owl, we don't need another one. So what the heck is this one gonna turn into?
Well, so far, yeah. I mean, I think because of the shape of it, people assume it's an owl. When I see the beak, I think chicken. So I'm not 100% positive either, but I suspect we're going to get a different grass bird of some kind. It would make sense because hopefully they don't do grass flying, and that makes sense because chickens don't fly. They're mainly land fowls. So I'm really hoping that maybe we get um more answers as to what that's going to turn into. Maybe it might be more emphasized on the eyebrows. I hope, you know what I mean? I want them to lean into it.
I don't
To
know.
put some thought into some creativity, you know.
Who knows? Okay, so now's the time of the show where I give you the hot seat, where I basically ask you, what are your future plans and goals coming for this coming year? So, what do you want to achieve, or what do you want to do? Just whatever you have in store for us. You can spill the beans. If not, you can keep it secret. But you got the chair. So, what's in store for LoNeko?
Well, it's definitely a year of uncertainty, for sure, because I had some personal goals this year that I just couldn't meet. And it's just the reality on the other side of the computer. It's just that I'm putting my boyfriend through college at the moment, and I work 40 hours a week, second shift job. Sometimes that entails overtime, and most of the time it doesn't entail overtime. And so a lot of the times I'm exhausted by the time I get home. Doesn't leave a lot of energy for streams or even just working on like overlays or extra things for my streams that to keep people engaged. So I think one of the things I'd like to work on the next year, if I get more time, I would like to increase my schedule hours back again, where maybe every other day is a stream, or maybe a couple more streams in the morning, some at night, to kind of spread them around to make sure that everyone's getting a little piece of LoNeko versus like only the late night people right now at the moment, and the weekends are people getting me at this current second. So I'd like to increase more stream times. I'd really like to work on editing clips more. I do have a TikTok in which I upload them too. But honestly, the more I've been looking at TikTok, the more I've been kind of shying away from it. And I think I might just go onto YouTube Shorts instead. I think might have a better time at reaching the audience than TikTok algorithm, because it's just, at the moment, the way the algorithm works is like, if you so happen to want to be on Pokemon, then everything on that account has to be Pokemon. All the videos you like, all the videos you watch, all the people you follow have to be Pokemon. And if you like one video that's like of a squirrel, it throws your whole algorithm off, and it thrusts you into the great dark void, never to be seen from again. And that's been really hard and disheartening because, Twitch has given me so much love. And even my clips on Twitch, like, they're not even perfectly edited. They're just through Twitch's own editing system when you post the clips for, like, mobile. And even those get more views than the actual clips do on Twitch that I fully edit. So, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I might just move on to YouTube Shorts instead.
I see.
But yeah. Maybe even start a cat conquest where I only go through with cat Pokemon. Starring a lowland Persian.
No. No. No.
No.
No, 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 no. No. But yeah, those are some good objectives you got. I mean, it's always good to make sure that you can not only do streaming but also just have time to do it. So, like me personally, the reason why I'm only streaming 2 days a week is because most of my fan base is overseas. So I need to stream earlier in the day to give them the opportunity to see my streams. And on top of that, I'm currently in the process of trying to lose some weight. So I'm in the gym as soon as I get done from work, and I'm in there for like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. So that's just me. So I have to do what I gotta do for myself. But things that I'm gonna wind up doing here in the near future is I haven't formally announced it yet, but you will see me once again at NAIC this year, 2026. I got my pass. I am going. And I'm trying my damnedest. I'm gonna try my damnedest to also attend Worlds this year, so hopefully I can go to Worlds. And if I go both times, actually, doesn't matter which one. If I'm going to NAIC, I'm going to be cosplaying a Team Magma Grunt for NAIC. So if you see a Team Magma Grunt NAIC, you find me. So, and if you do that at Worlds, you'll find me there. But what else I got in store is that actually, I'll announce it later in the Discord, but probably next week, I'm going to be debuting a new challenge run that was created by Ryu Nirakami. The Omega Ruby Bloodlock is coming to your screens, and it's gonna be wild. And you're probably going to like me, what's a Bloodlock?
Yeah, what is a bloodlock? Tell us.
It's basically a super randomized version of Omega Ruby. Types are randomized, force dual types, the abilities are randomized, and trainers are randomized, Pokemon are randomized. It's going to be basically an extreme randomizer Nuzlocke. So.
Oh God, yeah.
So it's gonna be a fun time. But yeah, I mean, I got some potential soul links down the line that I'm gonna also integrate. But I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully it works out.
Yeah, man, I like your nuzlocking content for sure. It's I think because I've been playing Pokemon for so long, it's like a super flex when you can run through a game with nothing but like your knowledge and especially the way Nuzlockers will tailor themselves to be at the same level as like the gym leader's ace.
Yeah, it's called level capping.
And I think it's cool content, dude. I like your Nuzlocks, Bloodlocks, conquests, etc. I'm excited for more.
I appreciate that. But alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of the Season 6 premiere. I hope you all have enjoyed the show. And once again, we gotta give a huge shout out to LoNeko for being the Season 6 premiere guest. Give her a round of applause. And once again, if you are not following Neko, make sure you follow Neko at her Twitch channel. So yeah, I almost forgot to change the guest command, so I'm glad I got that underway. But Neko, again, thank you so much for being a part of the pokeNERDS Inc. and also opening up Season 6. I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, thank you for having me. Honestly, like I said, I didn't think I was going to be here. The walkthrough, I've only been doing this for a little less than a year, almost a whole year. And like I said, just the amount of people that I've gotten to collab with and just be able to talk to on a daily basis as another content creator is amazing. So thank you for having me. This show is amazing, and I'm a huge supporter.
Absolutely no worries. Thank you so much. But I have one more question for you because, as you probably know, the guest chooses the raid. So where are we going?
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I had this open. We do OM Dizzy, capital OMD, and then the word Izzy.
Yep, we can do Dizzy. Am I following? Yep.
You should be. I'm not sure.
Oh yeah, I think I'm following Dizzy. Yeah, I think I'm following him.
He's one of my longest lasting friends here on Twitch. One of the first couple of people I met on Twitch. We do a lot of our Nuzlocks we do together. And then tomorrow we just play Pokopia. We just Pokopia and talk to each other. But he's just been like my rock. We're each other's rocks when it comes to like mental health, like feeling down, not knowing what you want to do on a bad stream day. And I think more people should definitely be appreciating him and coming in. He's got the vibes of the century.
All right, no worries. Okay, members of chat, if you are subscribed to my channel, Dark Master Spence, you can use the following raid message. But if you are not subscribed to my channel, you can use this following raid message. It used to be this message used to include the Pikachu ramen emote, but for some bloody reason, Twitch decided that hey, that emote's no good. It's gonna go away. So screw you, Twitch, for getting rid of the Pikachu ramen emote. That was fun.
I know you well, Ramen Pikachu. Baby, had another life.
All right, so I'm gonna start the raid. So, is there a normal outro you like to say before you end off a stream?
I usually just leave with a see you all next time.
I like to say thank you all for choosing the back alley as your place to hang out tonight. Stay safe, stay strong. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, you nerds. But in honor of the True Turbo, I want to remind you all to stay safe, stay rockin', stay true to yourself. I'll see you guys in a few weeks with another episode of pokeNERDS Inc. But from all of us here at pokeNERDS Inc., thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on YouTube. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.